RGG Studio really said, hey, let's take our most unhinged character, give him amnesia and a pirate ship, and make his story serve as the narrative bridge for the next game. And here's the thing about RGG, they don't miss, and Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is no exception. They've managed to turn something that should be absolutely ridiculous, and don't get me wrong, it is, into something that's also compelling, with just the right blend of mayhem, heart, and that chaotic Majima energy. 6 months after Infinite Wealth, Majima washes up near Hawaii, eye patch, leather pants, and all, but zero memories. Rescued by 10-year-old Noah and his pet tiger, okay, he stumbles into a sleepy fishing village hunting for answers, but normalcy is never in the cards for this guy, and before you can say that's a real kick in the dick, he is now captain of the Goro Pirates. So what does this entail, you may ask? Well, for starters, every captain needs a custom ship, right? Want something so pink it looks like a freaking floating cupcake? Done. Something that looks like it came straight out of the streets of Kamurocho? You got it. Hell, build a whole tribute to Kiryu if that's your thing. The cosmetics are just the tip. Your ship comes with upgradable cannons, defenses, and some definitely not up to code weaponry. Want laser beams and flamethrowers on your ship? RGG said, I got you. And every good captain knows their ship is nothing without a badass crew, so you go on the hunt for bodies. And by bodies, I mean new crew members. So you will find new and familiar faces to join your ship, which I have to say, it's really fun to see these iconic characters just wandering around, doing squats. I don't know why they all squat so much, but they do. Every character has their own stats, so it's important that you assign them where it makes the most sense so you don't get blown to smithereens on the unforgiving sea. And sea combat is freaking awesome, but that shit can get hairy because you're juggling artillery on both sides of your ship. You have front-mounted machine guns, and because why not, you have rocket launchers that you can manually aim and shoot from the deck. And that's not even the end of it, because once you deal enough damage to the enemy ship, you then get to board the ship. And it turns into this chaotic all-out brawl. It's your strongest crew against their strongest crew, and you're backed by your support squad coming in clutch with those sweet buffs when you need them. Oh, it's a good time. There are islands you can dock at while sailing the seas to find treasure, but sadly finding the treasure itself is not as fun as it could be. Instead of being handed a shovel and a map and trying to pinpoint it, instead they're just these linear battles that don't take any more than a few minutes, and they're pretty repetitive and they get pretty stale, and honestly it just feels like such a missed opportunity. And there's still so much more I could talk about when it comes to the ins and outs of the pirate traversal, but I gotta move on. Now remember, Pirate Yakuza was intentionally designed as a smaller title, and hey, that's totally cool. I'm down for whatever RGG wants to cook, however they want to cook it. The issue here though is that this wonderfully bizarre story needed more screen time and more context, but I think because of the scale of the game, there just was not enough runway. Villains I was hyped about throwing down with did not get near enough screen time. Too many characters became chum and kicked the bucket before I got to properly know them. So there were a few of these moments that I could tell were supposed to be emotional and really hard hitting, but they just didn't hit hard because I didn't have a lot of connection. I will say the blueprint for another classic story is absolutely here, and I can see the vision, but I can also spot where they probably had to make some tough calls. But credit where credit is due, because this game sticks the landing so hard and so good that the final chapter instantly went into the filing cabinet in my brain that is called Best Yakuza Moments Ever. For me personally, what makes this game so damn special is that we finally have an opportunity to meet Majima all over again. We have not had this much of an unfiltered look at him in far too long, and sure, we've gotten glimpses and peeks throughout the series, but nothing substantial since Yakuza 0, Kiwami 2. In this game, we're able to strip away his memories and thus the trauma, so we do get a true look at his core and who he really is, and it's a really cool, neat, beautiful thing. I will let you discover that for yourself. But dude has more layers than every onion on this planet, I swear to God. And shout out to his voice actor, Hidenari Ugaki. This man deserves every single freaking flower thrown his way. He can take Majima from an unhinged karaoke nut job to a stone cold tactician in the same breath and make it sound flawless. You'll be mostly splitting your time between two main hubs, Hawaii and Madlantis, with the occasional trip back to your starting point, Rich Island. Hawaii might be missing Dondoko Island and Sujimon this time around, but there's still plenty of antics to be had, like Sicko Snap and Dragon Cart, Crazy Delivery, Photo Rally, and of course the staples like casinos and karaoke. New criminal bounties are clutch for making a quick buck, and of course you have new wacky weird sub-stories, including one of my favorites, Masaru's Love Journey, where Majima plays wingman to his love-struck buddy, and the payoff is almost 40 minutes of live action footage that puts The Bachelor to shame. This is romance. The new location is called Atlantis, so imagine if a piece of Kamurocho banged a pirate hideout and had a beautiful trashy neon baby. This place has all of your classic playground amenities like arcades and casinos, golf courses, and a batting cage with a really cool new twist, but the main draw is the Pirates Coliseum because this is where you can do all of your battles, ship battles, deck brawls, whatever flavor of mayhem you're craving, you can get it there. We've already talked about ship combat, but when it comes to throwing hands, Majima's got two styles to play with. Mad Dog and Sea Dog. Amazing. Mad Dog is pure classic Majima. It's a hurricane of kicks and stabs and punches, and when his madness gauge peaks, you can summon literal copies of himself to fight alongside him, because of course, the only thing better than one Majima is more, right? Sea Dog style uses more traditional pirate weapons like cutlasses and guns, but the real magic happens when that madness gauge fills, because suddenly you are summoning sharks and monkeys by playing dark instruments, and I don't even know. Listen, I know I said the highlight of this game was getting to meet Majima all over again, but guess what? I lied, okay? I lied, because the real shining star is Majima's freaking extensive customizable freaking wardrobe, because RGG just gave us heaven on earth. We're talking full customization. Hair, eye patches, clothes, gloves, shoes, earrings, makeup. Style your boy. Watch him do a little catwalk strut. Put him in the cutscenes looking however you want, and I mean however you want. Listen, I'm a simple woman. Give me Majima with his iconic ponytail, put him in some sweats, and I will go feral, and I will know peace, okay? That will be peace on this earth. And I fully recognize this is going to be an incredibly awkward transition to the closing because my voice is now gone. Because I got a little too excited. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii proves what fans have been shouting from the top of the Millennium Tower for years. Majima thrives in the spotlight. I mean, there's a reason he keeps snagging the #1 spot in community polls, right? And once again, huge shout out to RGG Studio. I don't know how they continue to pull off the most ridiculous and wacky concepts for video games, but damn it, they absolutely do. And I really hope this is a new beginning for Majima, and I have an inkling it is. So make sure you play this game and find out why for yourself, huh?